Most people don't know this, but your appearance, how young you look, goes beyond genetics. There are unseen forces at play, things you do every day, consciously or not, that shape your age. The truth is, many are blind to these hidden factors. What if I told you that the very habits and mindsets you've nurtured, often unknowingly, are the true source of your youthfulness? These aren't quick fixes, but powerful, life-altering principles that transcend skin-deep beauty. Stay tuned, because in this moment, you'll uncover 7 truths that have the power to keep you forever young in ways you never imagined. Have you ever met someone and been quietly astonished to learn their true age? They carry a lightness, a vitality that seems to defy the mere passage of years. What if I told you this youthful essence isn't solely about fortunate genetics or expensive creams, but about something far deeper, something cultivated from within? Many chase fleeting remedies, yet overlook the profound, often hidden, currents that shape not just how we feel, but how we outwardly appear to the world. Today, we will journey beyond the surface, beyond the commonly discussed advice, to uncover 7 such hidden reasons, 7 subtle yet powerful undercurrents that can contribute to a visible youthfulness that radiates from a place of inner alignment. These are not quick fixes, but rather reflections of a way of being, a conscious engagement with life. And I urge you, stay with me through this exploration, for the final reason we will discuss, the 7th, is one that very few truly grasp. Yet it may hold the most significant key to this ageless quality. It is the culmination, the thread that ties all others together. Are you ready to explore the unseen? Let us begin. Reason 1. The cultivation of inner stillness. The first hidden reason, and perhaps the bedrock upon which many others are built, is the conscious and dedicated cultivation of inner stillness. This is more than simply managing stress or taking occasional breaks. It is the deliberate creation of a profound sanctuary within your own mind, a place of deep calm and unwavering equilibrium that remains undisturbed by the inevitable storms of external life. Think of a deep lake. Its surface may be rippled by the wind, but its depths remain tranquil and serene. This inner stillness is that depth within you. When the mind is perpetually agitated, filled with anxieties, replaying past grievances, or racing towards future uncertainties, the body mirrors this turmoil. This chronic internal unrest translates into physical tension, tight shoulders, a clenched jaw, a furrowed brow. Over time, these patterns of tension etch themselves onto our very being, contributing to an appearance of weariness, of being burdened by the world. The stress hormones that flood our system during such states also accelerate the aging process at a cellular level, impacting everything from skin elasticity to our overall vitality. Conversely, when you cultivate inner stillness, you create an internal environment conducive to rejuvenation and peace. This stillness is not an emptiness, but a fullness, a state of alert presence, of quiet awareness. How is this achieved? It begins with practices that quiet the ceaseless chatter of the mind. This could be through silent meditation, focusing on the breath until the mental noise subsides. It could be through mindful engagement with simple, everyday activities, truly tasting your food, feeling the warmth of water as you wash your hands, listening without judgment to the sounds around you. It's about anchoring yourself in the present moment, the only place where true peace resides. When you regularly access this state of inner stillness, your nervous system shifts from a fight or flight mode to a rest and digest or rest and repair mode. In this state, the body's natural healing mechanisms are optimized. Cellular repair is enhanced, inflammation is reduced, and a sense of calm pervades your physical form. This internal calm reflects outwardly. The lines of tension on your face may soften. Your eyes might gain a certain clarity, a sparkle that comes from a mind unburdened by excessive worry. Your posture may even subtly change, becoming more open and relaxed as chronic tension releases. This is not about avoiding life's challenges. Challenges are inevitable. It is about changing your internal relationship to those challenges. When faced with difficulty, a mind rooted in stillness can observe the situation with clarity without being immediately swept away by emotional reactivity. This allows for more thoughtful, less impulsive responses, which in turn generate less internal friction and stress. Consider the energy you expend when your mind is in turmoil. It is immense. This energy, when conserved through inner stillness, becomes available for vitality, for healing, for creative expression. It's a subtle shift, this turning inwards to cultivate a silent space, but its effects on your overall radiance can be profound. People who carry this inner stillness often exude a sense of calm authority, a quiet confidence that is inherently youthful. They seem less weathered by life because, in a very real sense, their inner core has remained protected from the harshest elements of mental and emotional strife. This is not about an absence of experience, but an experience that has been processed through a filter of profound inner peace. The lines on their face might speak of laughter and wisdom, not of worry and bitterness. This is the quiet power of inner stillness, a foundational secret to a timeless presence. Reason 2. The embrace of a beginner's mind, lifelong curiosity and adaptability. The second hidden reason we explore is the consistent embrace of what is often called a beginner's mind. This is a state of openness, eagerness, and a lack of preconceptions when approaching life, much like a child experiences the world for the first time. It is characterized by a deep-seated curiosity, a willingness to learn anew, and an inherent adaptability to change. Those who retain this quality often exhibit a mental agility and freshness that translates into a more youthful demeanor and appearance. As we accumulate years, it is natural to accumulate experiences, and with them, set beliefs, patterns of thought, and perhaps a certain rigidity. We might think we know how things are, how people will behave, or what we are capable of. This mental calcification, this closing off to new possibilities, can inadvertently accelerate a sense of aging. The mind becomes less pliable, less vibrant, and this can subtly reflect in our physical energy, our expressions, and even our willingness to engage with the new, which is a hallmark of youth. Conversely, the beginner's mind keeps the spirit, and indeed the brain, alive and dynamic. When you approach situations with curiosity rather than assumption, you invite new learning and growth. When you are willing to say, "I don't know, but I am willing to find out," you activate parts of your brain associated with exploration and problem solving. This continuous mental engagement is like exercise for the mind, preserving its neuroplasticity, its ability to form new connections and adapt. A mind that is constantly learning and evolving is a youthful mind, and this inner youthfulness has a way of radiating outwards. Consider the physical manifestations. A person with a beginner's mind often has more animated expressions, brighter eyes that reflect genuine interest, and an energy that speaks of engagement rather than resignation. They are less likely to be set in their ways, which can often lead to a kind of stagnation, both mentally and physically. Their adaptability allows them to navigate changes and challenges with greater ease and less resistance. Resistance creates tension and stress. Adaptability fosters flow and resilience. How does one cultivate a beginner's mind in a world that often rewards expertise and certainty? It begins with humility, the recognition that there is always more to learn, no matter how much one already knows. It involves actively seeking out new experiences, whether it's learning a new skill, reading on an unfamiliar subject, traveling to new places even locally, or simply engaging in conversation with people who have different perspectives. It means listening more than speaking, asking questions, and being genuinely open to the answers, even if they challenge your existing beliefs. It also involves a willingness to be imperfect, to make mistakes, as these are inevitable parts of the learning process. A child learning to walk falls many times, but gets up with undiminished enthusiasm. The beginner's mind approaches new endeavors with a similar spirit, unburdened by the fear of failure that can often stifle adults. This mindset isn't about naivety. It's about choosing to see the world with fresh eyes, to find wonder in the ordinary, and to remain open to the ever-unfolding mystery of life. This continuous renewal of perspective prevents the staleness that can sometimes accompany aging. It keeps your inner world vibrant, and this vibrancy cannot help but influence your outer presentation. You might find yourself more playful, more spontaneous, less weighed down by the perceived burdens of accumulated years. People who embody this often seem to have a lighter step, a more optimistic outlook, and a way of making those around them feel more alive too. It's a subtle but potent elixir, this willingness to perpetually be a student of life, keeping the mind, and by extension the spirit, perennially young. We have touched upon the profound calm that arises from inner stillness and the vibrant energy that comes from embracing a beginner's mind. These are powerful internal states that can significantly influence how youthfully we present to the world. But what if the very way you engage with your external world, the sense of direction and passion you bring to your days, also holds a key to this timeless vitality? The next two reasons delve into how our connection to purpose and our mastery over our emotional landscape can sculpt not just our experience of life, but our very appearance. Stay with me, for these insights can illuminate paths to a deeper, more authentic youthfulness. Reason 3. The radiance of purpose, living a meaning-driven life. The third hidden reason is the invigorating power of living a life imbued with a clear and compelling sense of purpose. This is not merely about having goals or being busy. It is about being connected to something larger than oneself, something that provides a deep sense of meaning, direction, and motivation. When an individual is genuinely aligned with their purpose, they often exude a unique radiance, a vitality that seems to emanate from within, making them appear more alive, more engaged, and consequently more youthful. A life without a strong sense of purpose can sometimes feel adrift, leading to a sense of apathy, disengagement, or even quiet despair. This inner emptiness can manifest outwardly as a lack of energy, a dullness in the eyes, or a general air of weariness that can make one appear older than their years. The feeling of simply going through the motions, without a why to fuel the journey, can be profoundly aging to the spirit, and the spirit's condition often reflects in the physical form. Conversely, when you discover or consciously cultivate a purpose that resonates deeply with your values and passions, it acts like an inner sun, illuminating your path and energizing your being. This purpose could be found in service to others, in creative expression, in the pursuit of knowledge, in nurturing a family, in advocating for a cause, or in mastering a craft. The specific form of the purpose is less important than the genuine connection and commitment to it. This sense of purpose provides a powerful antidote to the existential anxieties that can often weigh us down. It gives a reason to wake up in the morning with enthusiasm, to overcome obstacles with resilience, and to continually grow and evolve. This inner drive, this passion, translates into a certain sparkle, a brightness in the eyes, an animation in the gestures, and an energy that is palpable. People who are living their purpose often seem to have an inner light that makes them compelling and attractive, regardless of their chronological age. Consider the physiological impact. Engagement in meaningful activity has been shown to boost positive neurotransmitters, reduce stress hormones, and even positively impact immune function. When you are deeply absorbed in work or activity that you find meaningful, you often enter a state of flow, where time seems to disappear and you feel fully alive and effective. This state is incredibly rejuvenating. Moreover, a strong sense of purpose provides a narrative for your life, a story that imbues your experiences with significance. This can help you to frame challenges not as mere setbacks, but as opportunities for growth in service of your larger aim. This resilience in the face of adversity prevents the accumulation of bitterness or defeatism that can age a person prematurely. Finding your purpose is not always a sudden revelation. Often, it is a journey of exploration, of listening to your inner voice, of noticing what truly energizes you and makes you feel alive. It might involve trying different things, stepping outside your comfort zone, and paying attention to the activities and connections that bring you a sense of deep fulfillment. When you are aligned with your purpose, there's a coherence between your inner world and your outer actions. This integrity, this wholeness, is itself a source of strength and vitality. You are not expending energy in internal conflict or in activities that feel meaningless. Instead, your energy is channeled, focused, and amplified by your commitment to what you value. This focused energy is what others perceive as vitality and youthfulness. It's a deep wellspring that keeps you looking and feeling vibrant, because you are engaged in the act of living in a way that truly matters to you. This isn't about chasing eternal youth. It's about living a deeply fulfilling life, and the youthfulness that accompanies it is a natural, beautiful byproduct. Reason 4. The gentle art of emotional alchemy, transforming negative emotions. The fourth hidden reason lies in mastering the gentle yet profound art of emotional alchemy, the ability not merely to suppress or impulsively express difficult emotions, but to understand, process, and transform them into wisdom, compassion, and inner strength. Our emotional landscape, if left untended or chronically turbulent, can carve deep furrows into our well-being and our physical appearance, leading to a look of harshness, sadness, or perpetual worry. Conversely, those who learn to navigate their emotions with grace and skill often retain a softness, an openness, and a serenity in their expression that is deeply associated with a youthful spirit. Life inevitably brings a full spectrum of emotions: joy, sorrow, anger, fear, love, and grief. The conventional responses are often twofold: either suppression, where we push uncomfortable feelings down, pretending they don't exist, or uncontrolled expression, where we lash out or become overwhelmed by their intensity. Both paths can be detrimental. Suppressed emotions don't disappear, they fester inwardly, creating chronic tension, anxiety, and even contributing to physical ailments. Uncontrolled emotional outbursts drain our energy, damage relationships, and leave us feeling depleted and often regretful. Emotional alchemy, however, offers a third way. It is the conscious practice of meeting our emotions with awareness, curiosity, and compassion, rather than fear or judgment. It involves acknowledging the emotion, allowing ourselves to feel it without being consumed by it, and then seeking to understand its message and its root. What is this anger telling me about a boundary that has been crossed? What is this sadness revealing about a loss or an unmet need? What is this fear highlighting about a perceived threat or insecurity? By engaging with our emotions in this way, we begin to de-escalate their power over us. We learn that emotions are transient states, like weather patterns passing through the sky of our awareness. They are not who we are. This detachment allows us to respond to situations more thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively from a place of emotional charge. This practice has a direct impact on our physical being. Chronic anger can lead to a hardened jaw and a stern expression. Persistent sadness can draw down the corners of the mouth and create a look of perpetual weariness. Fear and anxiety can manifest as wide, unsettled eyes and a furrowed brow. When we learn to process these emotions effectively, we prevent them from becoming ingrained in our facial musculature and our overall demeanor. The face of someone who practices emotional alchemy might still show lines, but these are more likely to be the lines of laughter, contemplation, and compassion, rather than the etchings of unresolved negativity. How does one practice emotional alchemy? It starts with mindfulness, paying attention to your emotional state without immediate judgment. It involves cultivating self-compassion, treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a good friend who is struggling. Journaling can be a powerful tool, allowing you to explore your feelings on paper. Sometimes, speaking with a trusted friend, mentor, or therapist can provide valuable perspective and support. Breathwork can also be immensely helpful, as the breath is intimately connected to our emotional state. Calming the breath can help to calm the mind and emotions. Over time, this practice builds emotional resilience. You become less afraid of your own feelings and more confident in your ability to navigate them. This inner stability and resourcefulness contribute to a sense of calm assurance that is very youthful. You are not easily thrown off balance by life's ups and downs. This doesn't mean you become unfeeling. Rather, you feel more deeply, but with greater wisdom and less reactivity. The energy that was once consumed by wrestling with or suppressing difficult emotions is liberated. This liberated energy adds to your overall vitality. There's a lightness that comes from not carrying the heavy burden of unprocessed emotional baggage. This lightness is visible. It's in the ease of a smile, the clarity of the eyes, the relaxed set of the shoulders. It is the outward manifestation of an inner landscape that is well tended, harmonious, and resilient, a key ingredient in the recipe for looking and feeling younger than one's chronological age. We've journeyed through the importance of inner stillness, the vitality of a beginner's mind, the radiance of purpose, and the grace of emotional alchemy. These internal landscapes and ways of engaging with life profoundly shape our experience and our outward appearance. But our connection to the world around us, to the very rhythms of nature and the quality of our human bonds, also plays a crucial, often underestimated role. What if aligning ourselves more closely with the natural world could unlock a deeper level of rejuvenation? And how does the unseen energy of our relationships contribute to our youthful essence? The next two reasons will explore these vital connections. Stay with me as we continue to uncover these hidden wellsprings of vitality. Reason 5. The rhythm of natural harmony, alignment with nature's cycles. The fifth hidden reason is found in cultivating a deep and respectful alignment with the rhythms of the natural world. In our modern, often technologically driven lives, it is easy to become disconnected from these fundamental cycles, the patterns of light and dark, the changing seasons, the very earth beneath our feet. Yet our bodies, as biological organisms, are intrinsically designed to resonate with these natural rhythms. When we honor this connection, we tap into a profound source of balance, restoration, and vitality that can significantly contribute to a more youthful appearance and feeling. Consider the simple yet powerful influence of natural light. Our circadian rhythms, which govern sleep-wake cycles, hormone release, and cellular repair processes, are primarily regulated by our exposure to light and darkness. Spending excessive time indoors under artificial light and out of sync with a natural day-night cycle can disrupt these delicate rhythms. This disruption can lead to poor sleep, hormonal imbalances, increased inflammation, and a general feeling of being off-kilter, all of which can accelerate the aging process and dull our natural radiance. Conversely, consciously aligning with nature's light cycle, seeking natural sunlight during the day safely, of course, and embracing darkness for restful sleep at night helps to reset and optimize these internal clocks. Good quality sleep, facilitated by this alignment, is perhaps one of the most powerful anti-aging practices available. It is during deep sleep that our bodies undergo critical repair and regeneration processes. Consistent, restorative sleep can lead to brighter skin, clearer eyes, more energy, and improved cognitive function, all hallmarks of youthfulness. Beyond light, there is the quality of the food we consume. Aligning with nature in this context means favoring whole, unprocessed foods, ideally those that are seasonal and locally sourced if possible. These foods are rich in the nutrients, enzymes, and vital energy that our bodies need to thrive. Highly processed foods, laden with artificial ingredients and sugars, can create inflammation and oxidative stress, effectively poisoning our systems from within and contributing to premature aging. Eating in harmony with nature is not about restrictive dieting, but about nourishing the body with the vibrant life force that nature provides. Then there is the simple act of spending time in nature. Whether it's a walk in a forest, time spent by the ocean, or even just sitting in a park, immersing ourselves in natural environments has been shown to reduce stress, lower blood pressure, boost mood, and enhance immune function. The Japanese practice of Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing, recognizes this profound healing power. There is a certain quality of air, a symphony of natural sounds, and a visual tapestry in nature that soothes the soul and rejuvenates the spirit in ways that artificial environments cannot. This inner refreshment can translate into a more relaxed, vibrant outward appearance.